Hello, 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 and a very good evening to all you quizzards out there, and a very big welcome to the Big Nerd Harry Potter quiz this evening, broadcasting on the 11th of May 2020. The time now is 8 p.m. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you are in the world. I'm broadcasting here from the lovely confines of my bedroom here in Westrevor, County Down in the north of Ireland. And like I said, thank you very much for coming. What started as an idea of a boy who finds out he's a wizard, ends up going to wizard school, and it's turned into one of the biggest entertainment franchises in the world, including books, movies, a play, a theme park, and more. Tonight, we're going to be testing your knowledge on mainly the books and the films, and a little bit of behind the scenes facts and figures as well. Tonight, all the sources are coming from the books, mainly the books and the films, the Harry Potter page-to-screen book, as well as the websites wizardingworld.com and harrypotterfandom.com. There's 8 rounds tonight, 6 questions each, 48 questions in total. Quiz will last for roughly 1 hour. And yes, if this is your first time to Big Nerd Pub Quiz, you're very, very, very welcome. So, here we go. If you're wondering how to play, this is how you play the Big Nerd Pub Quiz. So yes, you can play the old-fashioned way with good old pen and paper, or if you want a bit of a fighting chance, you can use the Google form in the link in the YouTube's description below. So if you go to the YouTube, the actual YouTube video itself, and look into the description below, you will see the Google form, and you'll be able to see all the options come up for the next rounds of the quiz. You can play as a team or individually. It's totally up to yourself. All you have to do is open the Google link, enter your email address, and answer the multiple choice questions as they are asked. Like I said before, there's 8 rounds with 6 questions each, and there is only 1 correct answer per question. Once the quiz is finished, simply hit submit. You'll get your scores at the very end, but stick about for the answers of the quiz at the very end of the show tonight. It's recommended that you stream the quiz on a laptop or a television and play using the Google form on your phone or another device. And it's up to me to say to you all, very, very good luck to all you Potterheads out there. I know this has been very long awaited. So yes, give us a follow on all the social media channels. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, as you all know. And I've been inundated with these all evening, but I've been getting tons and tons of requests for shout-outs. But yes, if you want a shout-out, hopefully I'll try to get it to you at some point in the evening. You can get in touch with via the Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Or for any other inquiries, do email bignerdpubquiz@gmail.com. I want to see all your photographs of you cosplaying and taking part in the quiz. So do share your pics using the social media channels, using the hashtag BigNerdPubQuiz. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share the YouTube link there with all your friends. That's Big Nerd Pub Quiz on YouTube. Don't forget that all the quizzes that we play are available on the YouTube page itself. So this is our 4th speciality quiz. So far we've done a Star Wars one, a Star Trek one, Game of Thrones, and all loads of other general knowledge quizzes. So they're all up on the YouTube page. You can host the quiz on Zoom with your family and your friends at later dates. So yes, you can always check them out there. And speaking of specialty quizzes, I know there's a lot of fans out there who are big fans of Marvel and DC, and we're doing a Marvel DC Comics quiz next Monday on the 18th of May 2020. And don't forget, if you want to buy some really cool Big Nerd Pub Quiz merch, you can go to northerironttees.com and check out some of their awesome merchandise there. Not only do they do Big Nerd Pub Quiz t-shirts and the like, but they do loads of other cool stuff as well. So do check out their website. Use the code BigNerdQuiz for a 10% discount. And like I said before, the Big Nerd Pub Quiz will always be free to play. However, if you consider donating as little as £1 to the PayPal link or become a Patreon, the links are there, paypal.me/BigNerdPubQuiz and the patreon.com as well. A massive thank you to everyone who's been supporting the quiz over the last couple of weeks. Like I only just started doing the quizzes once the lockdown started, and it's been an absolute pleasure to do these week in, week out. The Harry Potter one, like I said, was massively requested from the get-go, everyone out there was saying, oh, let's do a Harry Potter one. And so, yes, I've been working very, very hard to put this together. And like I said, not just myself on the questions tonight, but I have to give thanks to two of my good friends who curated all the questions and wrote. So Stephanie DeLille, she's written all the questions tonight. She's put them all together. And my good friend Becca Cousins, who acted as an editor, she was like a sub-editor on this, and she sat and verified everything and double-checked everything last night as well. So they've been working in tandem together to put this quiz together tonight. So massive thank you to those guys for doing this. Without them, none of this would have been possible. But yes, we've got 8 rounds tonight. I hope you're all ready on the Google Doc. And we're going to kick off. The time now is 6 minutes past 8. And we'll get going. And we'll get some shout-outs during the evening as well. Okay, so here we go. Here is your first round. Your first Harry Potter special round tonight. And it is Wizards, Muggles, and Ghosts. So yes, the first 6 questions are all related to Wizards, Muggles, and Ghosts. Let's just see how you get on. So here we go, round 1, question number 1. So here we are. So, the very first Harry Potter question of the evening. At the beginning of his first year at Hogwarts, which house could Harry have been sorted into? Sorting Hat there. Sorting Hat was actually voiced by English actor Leslie Phillips. And you can actually test to see which house you'll end up in if you go to wizardingworld.com. Discover your Hogwarts house. I'm pretty sure lots of you have done that already. Let me know which house you're in. But yes, at the beginning of the first year at Hogwarts, which house could Harry have been sorted into? Okay, we all know which one he ended up in, but could have ended up in another one. Round 1, question 2. What is the name of Gilderoy Lockhart's autobiography? So yes, you can see 4 options there in the Google Doc. If you're unsure, just pick, always have a stab. You've got 1 in 4 chance. The brilliant Belfast-born Kenneth Branagh there in the role. He's fantastic in that. But yes, like I said, it was J.K. Rowling's wish that all the actors in the show actually be British. Or from Europe. But yes, Hugh Grant could have actually got this role. But I'm looking for the name of Gilderoy Lockhart's autobiography. That's round 1, question number 2. Round 1, question number 3. Which Weasley family member was the first owner of Scrabbers the Rat? So round 1, question 3. Rupert Grint there, famously played Ron. But round 1, question 3. Which Weasley family member was the first owner of Scrabbers the Rat? And moving on, round 1, question 4. So who is the only one that Peeves the Poltergeist is knowingly afraid of? So yes, Peeves was always a pain to everyone at Hogwarts. He was a fan of mischief and chaos, and he constantly playing pranks on the teachers and the students. But there's one person he's afraid of. Who is it? So that's round 1, question number 4. Who is the only one that Peeves the Poltergeist is knowingly afraid of? Round 1, question 5. Which member of the Order of the Phoenix is not present at the battle in the Department of Mysteries? So this scene occurs after Harry is tricked by Lord Voldemort to think that his godfather Sirius Black is being tortured in the Department of Mysteries in the Ministry of Magic. He falls into a trap surrounded by Death Eaters. But yes, which member of the Order of the Phoenix is not present at the battle in the Department of Mysteries? And your final question for round 1. So whose blood status is being investigated when Harry, Ron, and Hermione sneak into the Ministry of Magic? This is obviously following Voldemort's takeover of the Ministry of Magic. And Dolores Umbridge was in charge of the registration and persecution of the Muggle-born wizards and witches. Yeah, she was a horrible, horrible character. So yes, I'm looking for... So whose blood status is being investigated when Harry, Ron and Hermione sneak into the Ministry of Magic. That's round 1, question 6. That's the final one. And at the end of every round, we do have a quick roundup of every question. So we'll go through them one more time, just in case you missed any. So yes, round 1, question 1. At the beginning of the first year of Hogwarts, which house could Harry have been sorted into? Number 2, what is the name of Gilderoy Lockhart's autobiography? Number 3, which Weasley family member was the first owner of Scrabbers the Rat? Number 4, who is the only one that Peeves the Poltergeist is knowingly afraid of? Number 5, which member of the Order of the Phoenix is not present at the battle in the Department of Mysteries? And number 6, whose blood status is being investigated when Harry, Ron and Hermione sneak into the Ministry of Magic? So yes, that's your first round. Hope you're all enjoying it. Hope it's not too tricky. Like I said, these questions are designed for really serious Potterheads. Like Steph is a massive Potter fan, so is Becca. And yes, they really put their heads together to make a really fun and challenging quiz for you guys tonight. As you can see, I did the sorting hat test myself on Wizarding World, and I turned out to be a Hufflepuff. So I decided to don the colours of the Hufflepuff house tonight. Yellow and, well, this is navy, but you get the idea. Anyway, so, like I said, this is the Big Nerd Pub Quiz Harry Potter special. Don't forget to follow me on all the social media channels. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. We're going to move swiftly on to the next round of the evening. Oh, one more thing. A lot of people have said to me in the past that I do look like Harry Potter. Yes, and I've got this for quite a long time. I will show you a photograph. This is me here, dressed up as Harry. Well, I'm not dressed up as Harry Potter, but this is me years and years and years ago in school. You can see me there in the glasses. But yes, Harry Potter did steal my look. But in saying that, I have met the man himself. So yes, this is a picture of me and Daniel Radcliffe. I met him at the premiere of the movie Horns and got a selfie with him. He's a really nice guy. I actually said if I could be his stunt double. But anyway, so round 2 is about Hogwarts, the famous wizard school. And it's a history of the school itself. So let's see how you get on in this. This is a bit of a tough one, but here we go. Round 2, all about Hogwarts. And the first question is... So round 2, question number 1. How did first year students travel from Hogsmeade Station to Hogwarts? So the Hogsmeade Station, that's where the Hogwarts Express ends its journey from King's Cross. The station scenes were actually filmed at Gothland Railway Station in North Yorkshire. So you can actually go up and visit it. And you can go and visit King's Cross. I'm sure so many of you have been to the Harry Potter shop there. So round 2, question 2. What painting do the students have to give a password to in order to enter the Gryffindor common room? Some of the passwords the students have to give over the years of Caput Draconis, Fortuna Major. Yes, but which painting do the students have to give a password to in order to enter the Gryffindor common room? I'm sure a lot of you will get this one. Round 2, question number 3. Which animal is on the emblem for Hufflepuff House? So I'm looking for the name of the animal which is on Hufflepuff House, and I did say that I'm apparently a Hufflepuff. Yes, but let me know which house you're in, because I'm always fascinated to see. It's like, yeah, a lot of people self-identify as a houses even before they're sorted. But yes, round 2, question 3. Which animal is on the emblem for Hufflepuff House? Okay, so moving on. Round 2, question number 4. So Hogwarts' whereabouts is concealed from Muggles' eyes. If they come near it, all they would see is an old ruin. But what sign would they read on that ruin? So Muggles, when they actually come near it. So in the story, Hogwarts Castle itself, it's in the Scottish Highlands. And yes, it's near the old wizard village of Hogsmeade. But when Muggles go near it, they just see a ruin. And there's a sign there. What's on the sign? That's round 2. Question number 4. Round 2, question number 5. What does Newt stand for? Okay, you've got 4 options there on your Google Docs. Big respect to anybody who's playing this analog. There's no prizes for it tonight. Normally we do give away prizes for the Wednesday and Saturday general knowledge quizzes that we do here on Big Nerd Pub Quiz, but there's no prizes tonight. Only pure kudos knowing that you are a Potter expert. But yes, if you're doing the quiz on pen and paper, old-fashioned style, then the total respect to you. But what does Newt stand for? It's round 2, question number 5. And your final question on Hogwarts, round 2, question number 6. Which alleged owner of one of the Deathly Hallows is buried in the same graveyard as Harry's parents? So, round 2, question number 6. Which alleged owner of one of the Deathly Hallows is buried in the same graveyard as Harry's parents? Now, that is your Hogwarts roundup there. So yes, going back over the questions one more time. So, how do first-year students travel from Hogsmeade Station to Hogwarts? Number 2, what painting do the students have to give a password to in order to enter the Gryffindor common room? Number 3, which animal is on the emblem for Hufflepuff House? 4, Hogwarts' whereabouts are concealed from Muggles' eyes. What sign would they see on the ruin? 5, what does Newt stand for? And number 6, which alleged owner of one of the Deathly Hallows is buried in the same graveyard as Harry's parents? Yes, apologies for the lack of music. Yes, YouTube are very, very strict about what type of music you can use, but so the ambiance you're hearing tonight is of a Harry Potter-inspired common room in drizzly old Hogwarts there. So I hope that's evoking a spirit of sorts. Now, like I said before, it's at the end of round 2, and we're going to do a quick round of shout-outs to loads of people who've been texting in. Steph, our writer of the quiz, she wants a shout-out to Virginie, her sister, and Justine, who are playing in France this evening. Big hello to you, and a big hello to Becca, who's playing this evening with her fiancé, Lloyd. A big shout out to Katie, who's 12 years old, and she's playing in Belfast with her dad, Sean. Good to hear from you guys. I know you were big fans of the quiz. And Charlie, she wants a happy birthday to his wife, Sarah. It's her birthday today, and she's a massive West Ham fan, just like myself. So yes, good to hear from you guys, and best of wishes. Happy birthday to you guys. Glenn and wants a shout out to Philly, who's just worked her magic in the police call room this evening, and she's just back in time tonight to play the quiz. Great stuff, and well done to you for working on the front lines. It's been tough, obviously a tough couple of weeks for yourself, but fair play to yourself. Neil, Laura, and Casper are playing in Havant near Portsmouth. Good to hear from you guys. And it's also Hazel's 11th birthday, and that's love from Neil, Josephine, and Hazel in Bristol. Good to hear from you guys. I'll hopefully get to... I've got tons and tons of more shout-outs to get through this evening. So hopefully I'll get through you all. But yes, like I said, do try and get in touch, and we'll try my best to get a shout-out to you at some point in the evening. Okay, so here we go. Moving on to the next round. Let's see if you come top of the class in this spells, charms, and potions. That's round 3. So I know there was a lot of aspiring Hogwarts students out there waiting for their letter to come through the post. But yes, here we are. Let's see how you'll get on in this next round. So, round 3, question number 1. What is the movement that accompanies the levitation charm? It's one of the first spells young witches and wizards learn at Hogwarts. It's used to make objects fly or levitate. You all know the incantation that's used there. So yes, round 3, question number 1. What is the movement that accompanies the levitation charm? Round 3, question number 2. Whilst indulging in some treats, what potion does Ron accidentally ingest? Okay, so round 3, question 2. Whilst indulging in some treats, what potion does Ron accidentally ingest? And moving on to round 3, question number 3. Whose Patronus appears in the Forest of Dean to help Harry locate the Sword of Gryffindor? So this is very, very advanced magic here. It's a positive force, a guardian that acts like a shield between a wizard and a Dementor. So you can also do this test on wizardingworld.com to find out your Patronus. But yes, round 3, question 3. Whose Patronus appears in the Forest of Dean to help Harry locate the Sword of Gryffindor? Round 3, question number 4. What is the first ingredient used in the regeneration potion for Lord Voldemort's rebirth? This potion's an old piece of dark magic which restores a wizard or witch whose body's been permanently wounded and disfigured. So there we are. Ray Fiennes there. Very, very terrifying rule. So round 3, question number 4. What is the first ingredient used in the regeneration potion for Lord Voldemort's rebirth? Round 3, question 5. Where does Professor Dumbledore take Harry during his first experience with apparition? So round 3, question number 5. Where does Professor Dumbledore take Harry during his first experience with apparition? And the final question of round number 3. During the Battle of Hogwarts, which professor uses the Totem Locomotor incantation, the charm that brings life to normally unmoving artifacts? So it's the Totem Locomotor incantation. So here we go. Round 3, question number 6. So that's during the Battle of Hogwarts. Which professor uses the Totem Locomotor incantation? The charm that brings life to normally unmoving objects. And there is your spells roundup. Round 3. Here we go. Round 3. Question number 1. What is the movement that accompanies the levitation charm? Number 2. Whilst indulging in some treats, what potion does Ron accidentally ingest? Whose Patronus appears in the Forest of Dean to help Harry locate the Sword of Gryffindor? What is the first ingredient used in the regeneration potion for Lord Voldemort's rebirth? Number 5. Where does Professor Dumbledore take Harry during his first experience with apparition? And number 6. During the Battle of Hogwarts, which professor uses the Totem Locomotor incantation, the charm that brings life to normally unmoving artifacts? Okay, so there's your spells and charms round all done for this evening. Like I said, getting tons and tons and tons of shout-outs coming through my phone here. My phone absolutely exploding. I know so many of you out there are playing the quiz tonight. We'll quickly get a couple more done before we move on to the next round. Lisa wants a shout-out to Chorley Donovan and her husband Mark Hughes. That's also my name, not myself. In Port Talbot in Wales. Jay is in Dubai and wants a shout out to Karishma, Priyal, and Aditi. And yes, thank you very much for playing tonight. And Eddie's playing in Nova Scotia, Canada, originally from Newcastle, County Down, around the corner from myself. And he's playing with Edwina and Sebastian Renault. Good to hear from you guys. Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic weather here in County Down. I was out for a very long walk earlier on, and I've got a little bit of sun on my nose. But yes, Northern Ireland obviously known more for its role as Winterfell and Westeros in the Game of Thrones, and you can play that quiz on the YouTube page. That's youtube.com/BigNerdPubQuiz to play the Big Nerd Game of Thrones quiz, the Star Wars one, the Star Trek one, the 90s one, and all the other general knowledge quizzes that we play. If this is your first time, if you don't know what Big Nerd Pub Quiz is, we play every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m, and there's a kids quiz as well on Tuesdays at 2, so that's tomorrow at 2. So anyway, moving on to the next round this evening, and it's round 4. Whose line is it anyway? The next 6 questions are going to be lines. All I'm looking for is the character who said the line, and I think this is a very, very, very easy one to start off with, so you should pick up some points here at this round. So here we go, round 4, question number 1. possibly the most famous line from the entire Harry Potter franchise. And that is possibly the most famous line from the Harry Potter franchise. You're a wizard, Harry. So like I said, unlike most wizards and witches who know about it from an early age, Harry only found out about his magical abilities on his 11th birthday. But yes, the very famous line. It's probably one of the most famous lines in all of Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry. Who says it? Okay, just to let you know, they're having a little bit of internet issues here. Can you let me know if the stream is coming through across? Okay, I've had to cancel some of the music there to make sure we can get a little bit more bandwidth. But yes, it says that the streaming's come across a little bit rough. But yes, we'll fire on. You should be able to see the questions below. But yes, I'll go through them nice and slowly so you'll all get them. So round 4, question number 2. Fame is a fickle friend, Harry. Celebrity is as celebrity does. Remember that. So round 4, question 2. If anyone is watching the quiz, can give me any of my close friends, do give me a text and let me know if the quiz is coming across fine. But yes, round 4, question 2. Fame is a fickle friend, Harry. Celebrity is as celebrity does. Remember that. So who said that line? Okay, that's round 4, question number 2. Round 4, question number 3. 3 turns should do it. So yes, round 4, question number 3. 3 turns should do it. The clue's in the picture here, so to help recognize what the line refers to. But yes, round 4, question 3. 3 turns should do it. And that is a reference there for the quiz itself, for the actual question itself. Round 4, question 3. Yes, I'm getting a wee notification here from my friend Haley and Steph, who's saying that the quiz is coming through fine now. It's coming across as a little bit better now. Thanks for putting up with that. So round 4, question 3. 3 turns should do it. Round 4, question 4. The things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way we expect. Who said that line? So that's round 4, question 4. The things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way we expect. Sure, if you guys have been watching and building up and prepping for this quiz, we'll get all these no bother whatsoever. But yes, round 4, question 4. Things that we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not in the way we expect. Round 4, question 5. You may not like him, Minister, but you can't deny Dumbledore's got style. But yes, round 4, question number 5. You may not like him, Minister, but you can't deny Dumbledore's got style. Certainly does. So, who said that line? And round 4, question 6. When in doubt, go to the library. This could be a trick question, this, so be careful. But round 4, question 6. When in doubt, go to the library. That's a good enough model to live by, if anything. And I think a lot of people need to go to the library these days to check out their facts. But yes, round 4, question 6. When in doubt, go to the library. The connection's coming back very nicely. You can see here on my streamometer that everything's going okay. But anyway, fingers crossed, we'll make it through to the end of the quiz. We don't get great internet here in rural Restrever. But anyway, here's our roundup. The famous You're a Wizard, Harry is number 1. Number 2, Fame is a fickle friend, Harry. Celebrity is as celebrity does. Remember that. Number 3, 3 turns should do it. Number 4, the things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way we expect. Number 5, you may not like him, Minister, but you can't deny Dumbledore's got style. And number 6, when in doubt, go to the library. Okay, so that's the end of round 4, and we've come up to the halfway point of our quiz. Time with me now is just gone past 8:30. Hope you're all enjoying it, and hope you're all feeling very challenged by tonight's quiz. It is a tough one. So like I said before, this is Big Nerd Pub Quiz, and like I said, we're on every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. live on YouTube. So that's youtube.com/Big Nerd Pub Quiz. Don't forget to like and subscribe the social media, and like and subscribe the actual YouTube channel itself. I really appreciate everyone who's been taking part over the last couple of weeks. Like I said, we do 4 quizzes. We're up to 4 quizzes a week now. We do a kids quiz every Tuesday at 2 p.m. So if you've got little ones around the house and you want something vaguely educational to do for about an hour, that's every Tuesday at 2. There's the Big Nerd Kids quiz, and along with the general knowledge quizzes, we also have the specialty ones, like the Harry Potter one and the Marvel DC one. So all you comic book fans out there, that is the Marvel DC quiz on the 18th of May, 2020. Also, check out some of these podcasts. There's the Stuck in Here with You podcast. That's my buddies Jez and Mary, who do a podcast about isolation and lockdown in London. We've got the Hot Topic Nightmare. This is my buddy Paul. He gets bunches of his friends to do presentations on subjects they know virtually nothing about. Episode 6 of this is a Harry Potter themed podcast, so do check that out. If you're into movies and horror movies and stuff like that, do check out Banterflix. They do fantastic podcasts on all sorts of movie topics. And Fright Club NI, check out their Twitter at the Fright Club NI. There in the description. And also check out my buddies who do a great range of podcasts called The Nerd Party, and they're, whatever you're into, they've got something for you, and all sorts of fandoms, etc, etc. It's fantastic. And also do check out the NorthernIronTees.com for Big Nerd Pub Quiz merchandise. I'm loving seeing everyone send in the photographs of them wearing the t-shirts and the hoodies and this and the tote bags. It's absolutely fantastic seeing that. So that's NorthernIronTees.com. And like I said before, the quiz is always free to play, but if you can support the work that goes into making it, do consider making a donation to the PayPal and the Patreon. Like I said, this has become a full-time job for me over the last couple of weeks since I moved back from London, and it's been an absolute pleasure for me to do them. I absolutely love doing these. So if you have any suggestions for quizzes or anything like that, or if you want to write a quiz yourself and I can present it, by all means get in touch with me via the social media links there. A couple more shout-outs before we move on with the quiz. Mark says, hello to the whole family playing in Port Stewart's. That's Alex, Erin, Logan, and Charlie. Good to hear from you guys. Sam and Anna are apprentice wizards, and they're playing with half-elves, Ali and Mark tonight. And finally, Neil and Laura are playing in Forfar in Scotland. So yes, they're not too far away from Hogwarts themselves. Good to hear from all you guys playing the quiz tonight. We're going to keep going and move on with the next round. Hope you're all ready for it. Round 5 tonight is the Dark Arts. So yes, round 5 of the Harry Potter quiz, all about the dark arts. We won't waste any time and get straight into that. So round 5, question number 1. What mark do the Death Eaters bear on their forearms? So in the series, the Death Eaters first make an appearance at the Quidditch World Cup. They're a terrorist group of witches and wizards who are seeking to purify the community by eliminating mudbloods. So those are wizards and witches born from non-magical parents. So yes, when Lord Voldemort touches the mark on their arm, each Death Eater feels it, signaling that they should apparate by his side. Very, very scary indeed. But yes, I'm looking for the mark. What mark do the Death Eaters bear on their forearms? Round 5, question 2. What are the 3 unforgivable curses? So that's round 5. Question number 2. So what are the 3 unforgivable curses? So yes, when disguised as Mad-Eye Moody, Barty Crouch Jr. performs each curse in front of the 4th year classes on a spider. So yes, very memorable scene there. Round 5, question 3. Who created the Sectum Sempra curse used in the Half-Blood Prince? So it's round 5, question number 3. I'm looking to see who created the Sectum Sempra curse used in the Half-Blood Prince. Round 5, question number 4. Moving on, how many Horcruxes did Lord Voldemort create in total? I'm looking for the total number. Now this, so we're looking for all the Horcruxes created. This is the note I've been given. I'm looking for all of them. So yes. And Becca was very good in pointing out that The first figure that we had was wrong, but we got it right. Steph corrected it. But yes, how many Horcruxes did Lord Voldemort create in total? Now I have to say, yes, any discrepancies in the quiz, by all means, do direct them to the writers. So round 5, question number 4. Round 5, question 5. Who uses the Dark Mark incantation Mors Mordre after the death of Albus Dumbledore? So who uses the Dark Mark incantation Mors Mordre after the death of Albus Dumbledore? So that's round 5, question number 5. And your final question for the dark arts. So round 5, question 6. After Severus Snape becomes headmaster at Hogwarts, who teaches defense against the dark arts by, as a preference, encouraging students to practice the unforgivable curses on disobedient students? All right, so that's the dark arts for you. So I'm looking for, after Severus Snape becomes headmaster of Hogwarts, who teaches defense against the dark arts by, as a preference, encouraging students to practice the unforgivable curses on disobedient students. And there is your dark arts roundup. So what mark do the Death Eaters bear on their forearms? Number 2, what are the 3 unforgivable curses? Number 3, who created the Septensura curse used in the Half-Blood Prince? Number 4, how many Horcruxes did Lord Voldemort create in total? 5, who uses Dark Mark incantation Mors Mordre after the death of Albus Dumbledore? And who teaches defense against the dark arts as a preference, encouraging students to practice the unforgivable curses on disobedient students? Hope you didn't find that one too difficult. Okay, so moving on to the next round, round number 6. Round number 6 is a picture round, and very, very simple. It's name the creature. So yes, the Potter universe filled with magical creatures of all shapes and sizes. We're going to be asking you to name the particular one shown on screen as you see them. So here we go. Without further ado, we're going to move on to round 6, question number 1. So name the creature. You've got 4 options on your sheet. That should cover it, but round 6, question number 1. We will be going through these, so don't worry if we're going too fast, but we will go through each question of this picture round one more time, give you a chance to see them all again in case you missed them. So it's round 6, question number 1. Round 6, question number 2. This mythical creature is half horse, half eagle, known to be very proud and responds very quickly if anyone insults them. But I'm looking for the name of that creature. Round 6, question number 2. Round 6, question number 3. So second-year students were faced with this creature during their first defense against the dark arts with Professor Lockhart. He ended up leaving Harry, Ron, and Hermione to deal with them. But yes, I'm looking for the name of this creature. Round 6, question 3. Round 6, question 4. A little bit of a hint here. This is the dragon that Fleur Delacour picks during the Triwizard Tournament. She's the Beauxbatons champion. She picks this during the Triwizard Tournament. That's round 6, question number 4. Round 6, question 5. Famously played by Warwick Davis, who also played Professor Flitwick. And he's obviously no stranger to science fiction and fantasy movies. He appears in Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace. And he's also in the Willow, the Leprechaun franchise. Yes, very famous actor. And of course, in the Ricky Gervais series, Warwick Davis there. But name the creature. And our final one, round 6, question 6. This is a water demon that lives underwater, and it's a creature that was in the corner of Professor Lupin's office the very first time Harry Potter visited it. But I'm looking the name of this particular creature. Okay, so here's your roundup again. We'll go through them one more time. So that's round 6, question number 1. Question number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. And that's your creatures questions for this evening. So that brings us up to round number 6. We've got 2 more rounds to do. We're going to see over here we can get some more shout outs done. Where did I leave off? Like, I write them all down. I'm that old fashioned and I've got some of them cropping up on my phone. But yes, let me see. Becky and Gary and Luke, who's a massive Potterhead, are playing tonight. Ali wants a shout out for Team Weasleys playing this evening. Jamie also wants to say best of luck to Natalie and the Zack Attack. They're tuning in tonight as well. Richard in Northampton, he wants a shout out to Adele, and he says that if he wins this quiz tonight, that she has to mow the lawn. So big stakes here. No pressure on you guys whatsoever. Emma and Morgan at Oxford, and they're playing tonight, and that's from Simon. Oxford, one of the locations of the Harry Potter movies. I believe they did one of the locations in, what was it, King's College Dining Hall. And a happy birthday to Chen from Steph and Carla in Leeds. Good to hear from you guys. And Claire McShane is playing in Denver in Colorado. And that's a big shout out from Patrick McShane. We've got a couple more shout outs there before the end of the night, and I'll try to get to my phone and see if there's any more. I'm sure there's loads. There's so many of you playing tonight, nearly 2,000 so far from looking on the question sheet, looking on the live stream here. So anyway, moving swiftly on this evening to the next round. Now this is a bit of an interesting one. This round is going to be testing your behind the scenes knowledge of Harry Potter. So yes, this one will really test the muggles from the first of the wizards and witches out there. But yes, these questions are based on behind the scenes aspects of the movies. And so let's see how you get on. Round 7, question number 1. So which English castle served as one part of Hogwarts for the first 2 films, including the first year flying lesson scene? So this castle was also used in the filming of Robin Hood with Kevin Costner, I believe. Elizabeth I with Kate Blanchett and Ivanhoe all filmed at this very famous location. Yeah, it's round 7, question number 1. Which English castle served as one part of Hogwarts for the first 2 films, including for the first year's flying lesson scene as seen in this picture? Round 7, question number 2. What is the make of Mr. Weasley's car, which Ron and Harry used to travel to Hogwarts in the Chamber of Secrets? And this very famous make of car. Yes, 14 of them were needed, apparently, in various stages, from mint condition to battered up, going from the Whomping Willow all the way to the Wild Forbidden Forest. Most of them headed to the scrapyard afterwards. But yes, I need the name of the make of car. It's very famously depicted on the cover of the book. And what's the name of Mr. Weasley's car in which Ron and Harry used to travel to Hogwarts in the Chamber of Secrets? Bit of one for you guys who are into your music. So during the Yule Ball, the popular wizard rock band The Weird Sisters make an appearance. But which British musician lent their talent as Myron Wagtail, the band's lead singer in the performance? So yes. Now, lots and lots of musical cameos in the Harry Potter series. Ian Brown of the Stone Roses pops up at one point, I believe, and he's in he's in with the bar, like stirring his drink with, without using his hand. But yes, the guitarist of this group was Johnny Greenwood, from Radiohead. It's a bit of an epic lineup. But I'm looking for the name of the musician who played Myron Wagtail, the band's lead singer. A very famous band from Sheffield. Round 7, question 4. Which defense against the dark arts teacher is played by the real-life parent of one of the Weasleys' children? Another little bit of behind-the-scenes knowledge here. So yes, which Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher is played by the real-life parent of one of the Weasley children? Round 7, question 5. What unique structure did the production team have to build for the filming of the second Triwizard Tournament task in the Goblet of Fire? It's pretty large, I have to say. But you can probably work it out based on what it is. But yes, look at your options there. If you don't know, obviously you can take a punt. It's 1 in 4 chance. But yes, round 7, question 5. What unique structure did the production team have to build for the filming of the second Triwizard Tournament task in the Goblet of Fire? And your final round 7 behind the scenes question tonight. I'm looking for in between takes. This is a hilarious story. Now, Becca, I think, put this one in. She said, in between takes, which cast member's ear did Helena Bonham Carter accidentally perforate with her wand during filming of The Order of the Phoenix? So one of these on-set mishaps that happened during the filming of the show itself. But yes, in between takes, which cast member's ear did Helena Bonham Carter accidentally perforate with her wand during the filming of The Order of the Phoenix? So yes, if you know a little bit about your behind the scenes, this is a very famous story which happened. But I'm looking for the cast member who got injured by Tim Burton's wife. So that's round 7, question 6, and that's your final behind the scenes question. There's your roundup there. I'm looking for the English castle, which served as part of Hogwarts, including the first year's flying lesson scene. Number 2, the make of Mr. Weasley's car, the very famous car which travels to Hogwarts in the Chamber of Secrets. Number 3, the British musician that lent their talent as Myron Wagtail, the band's lead singer, for the performance at the Yule Ball. Number 4, which Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher played by the real-life parent of one of the Weasley's children. Number 5, what unique structure did the production team have to build for the filming of the second Triwizard Tournament task in the Goblet of Fire? And who did Helena Bonham Carter accidentally injure in the filming of The Order of the Phoenix? So we're coming up to our final round of the Harry Potter Big Nerd Pub Quiz special. Hope you're all enjoying it, and hope you're all really having fun playing it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all the different social media channels there in the corner on the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. If you like what's going on, do share it with your friends. And like I said before, the quiz, we do a general knowledge quiz here every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. and a kids quiz on at 2. So for all the latest information on that, do follow on Facebook and Instagram and everything. I post that very regularly, including stats about how you got on. Like I said, there's no winner tonight, but do let me know how you got on at the very end. Bear in mind, once the quiz finishes, you will have an opportunity to submit on the Google Doc, and you will automatically see your score. But do stick about, and I'll be reading out the answers at the very end to let you know how you got on. So, without further ado, we're going to move on to the very last round tonight. And afterwards, we can do some shoutouts. Last round tonight, round 8. Wands and Artifacts. Wands and Artifacts. Okay, so this one will really test you. There's a couple of picture-based rounds in this. Keep a close eye on them. We'll go over them one more time at the very end. Before the penultimate question, I will remind you to bear in mind to stick about for the answers or tonight's quiz. So here we go. Moving swiftly on. Round 8. Round 8, question 1. What do Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort's wands have in common? So each wand in the Harry Potter movie is created for its fictional owner in mind. Snape's wand is slim and without any embellishments. Bellatrix's wand has a curve in it. But yes, what do Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort's wands have in common? Round 8, question 2. Take a careful look at this one, but who does this wand belong to? I think the snakehead should give you a clue. Definitely to which house this person's in. But yes, who does this wand belong to? And round 8, question number 3. After the death of Albus Dumbledore, who becomes the owner of his wand? Round 8, question number 3. Dumbledore, famously played by two different actors. Richard Harris, of course, played the first one. Round 8, question 3. So after the death of Dumbledore, who becomes the owner of his wand? So Michael Gambon, another Irish actor, plays the second one. So it's round 8, question 3. For the life of me, I couldn't think of it. Michael Gambon's been in loads of my favourite films, and I couldn't think of him. And now I'm completely blank. So round 8, question 4. Which wand maker is murdered by Lord Voldemort after torturing him to find out the whereabouts of the Elder Wand? So, round 8, question 4. Which wand maker is murdered by Lord Voldemort after torturing him to find out the whereabouts of the Elder Wand? Your penultimate question tonight. Okay, so bear in mind, you have to answer the last one to get your score, but do stick about, like I said. Round 8, question 5. Whose wand was created with the idea to resemble a human bone? Okay, round 8, question 5. Whose wand was created with the idea to resemble a human bone? And your final question tonight, I'm going to be recapping the final round one more time after this. Stick about for the answers. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and round 8, question 6. Which of these is not a unique ability of the Elder Wand? So, 4 options there on your sheet. 4 options. So from those 4 options, what of those is not a unique ability of the Elder Wand? I should have those to hand, actually. But if you're playing analog, you can look up and cheat if you like. But anyway, your final questions there of the Harry Potter quiz. So what do Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort's wands have in common? 2, who does that wand belong to there? Number 3, after the death of Albus Dumbledore, who becomes the owner of his wand? Number 4, which wand maker is murdered by Lord Voldemort after torturing him to find out the whereabouts of the Elder Wand? 5, whose wand was created with the idea to resemble a human bone? And 6, which of these is not a unique ability of the Elder Wand? If you're playing on the Google form, you will have a bit of an advantage there. Apologies if you've had to look. Last bit of shout-outs before we move on to the answers this evening. We got Matt Seeley in Norfolk. Joanne Hill is playing. She's a good friend of mine, and she's playing tonight with Wee, Anna, and Rosie. Jennifer wants a shout out to Erin, who is 9 and is a massive Harry Potter fan, and she's been able to stay up late tonight to play the quiz. Hello to you. Zoe, big shout out to the Potterless Patreon team, the Steamed Nuggets. Good to hear from you guys. I'm glad you're playing tonight. And Lee wants a shout out to Chris and Emily in Scotland. Now, I'm going to read out the answers. Maybe give a chance to read out some more shout outs at the very end. Apologies if I didn't get a chance to give you a shout out. But if you do get in touch closer for any of the other quizzes, if you get in touch before 8 o'clock on any of the other quizzes, I will definitely try to get you a shout out. But thank you so much to everyone for playing, and a big round of applause to Steph for writing the quiz. Without her, I couldn't have done it, and Becca, who helped edit the quiz and go through it as well. Both of you guys, massive round of applause. Pat yourselves on the back. I'll definitely be buying you guys drinks once this lockdown is over. Definite massive Potter fans. I hope their questions stood up to the rigor of the Harry Potter fandom out there watching the quiz. Massive thanks to everyone playing. And here is the answers for tonight's Big Nerd Harry Potter quiz. So, how did you get on? Round 1 answers. Slytherin is the first answer there. So, Harry Potter could have ended up in Slytherin. Magical Me is the name of Gilderoy Lockhart's autobiography. Percy Weasley was the first owner of Scrabbers the Rat. The Bloody Baron was the only one that Peeves the Poltergeist is afraid of. Arthur Weasley is the member of the Order of the Phoenix who was not present at the Battle of the Department of Mysteries. And Mary Cattermole is the one whose blood status is being investigated when Harry, Ron and Hermione sneak into the Ministry of Magic. Here's your round 2 answers. Hogwarts first-year students travelled from Hogsmeade to Hogwarts via boat. Sure, you all knew that. Sure, the answer's right there in front of you. The Fat Lady is the painting that students have to give a password to in order to enter the Gryffindor common room. Badger is the emblem on the Hufflepuff house. Sure, you all got that one. The sign is danger, do not enter, not safe, and that's what Muggles see when they see the ruins of Hogwarts. NEWT stands for Nastily Exhausting Wizarding Test. And Ignatius Peverell is one of the alleged owners of the Deathly Hallows, is buried in the same graveyard as Harry Potter's parents. The Spells, Charms, and Potion round. The Swish and a Flick is the movement that accompanies the Levitation charm. The Love Potion is the one that Ron actually accidentally ingests. Severus Snape is whose Patronus appears in the Forest of Dean to help Harry locate the Sword of Gryffindor. The first ingredient used in the regeneration power is his father's bone. Budley Babberton is the place where Dumbledore takes Harry during his first experience with the apparition. And Professor McGonagall is the answer for number 6. The Witch Professor uses the Peritotum locomotor incarnation. So, round 4 answers, and this was whose line is it anyway? So, Hagrid said, "You're a wizard, Harry." Robbie Coltrane, of course, said that one. Gilderoy Lockhart says, "Fame is a fickle friend." Number 3, Albus Dumbledore says, "3 turns should do it." Number 4, the Luna Lovegood says, "The things have a way of coming back to us in the end." And Kingsley Shacklebolt says, "You may not like him, but Dumbledore's got style." And Ron Weasley says, "When in doubt, go to the library." Your questions for the dark arts. A skull with a snake coming out of its mouth is the mark on the Death Eater's forearms. Avada Kedavra, Imperio, and Curio are the 3 unforgivable curses. Severus Snape is the one who created the Secum Sempra curse used in the Half-Blood Prince. There are 7 Horcruxes. Bellatrix Lestrange is the one who uses the Dark Mark incantation. And Amicus Caro is the one who teaches the defense against the dark arts. Moving on. Number 6, name the creature. So, first one was Fluffy. Second one was Buckbeak. Third one is a Cornish pixie. 4 is a common Welsh green. Common Welsh green dragon, of course. Griphook and a Grindylow. Round 7. It's coming up 9 o'clock. The behind the scenes. So Ellenwood Castle was the location where some of the Hogwarts stuff was filmed. Ford Anglia, of course, was the famous car used in the Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. Jarvis Cocker is the lead singer who appears in the band, the Weird Sisters. Alistair Mad-Eye Moody was actually played the real-life parent of one of the Weasley children. The largest water tank in Europe was created for the Goblet of Fire, and Matthew Lewis was the one that got his ear done in by Helena Bonham Carter. And your final answers for tonight. So the similarities in Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort's, it has a phoenix feather at its core. Lucius Malfoy owns that wand pictured in round 8. Draco Malfoy becomes the owner of the wand of Dumbledore. May Q Gregorovich is the wand maker murdered by Voldemort. Lord Voldemort, whose wand was created to resemble a human bone, and it can resurrect the dead, is the final answer of the very last question of the Harry Potter quiz. Thank you so much for playing tonight. Big thank you to Steph and Becca again for playing and for writing the quiz and for helping me to edit it. Without you guys, this would not have been able to happen. Like I said before, it's been an absolute pleasure for me to do this. If you would like to consider donating to my Patreon, all the details are below there, patreon.com and PayPal. Really do appreciate all the support and encouragements that have come from all my friends and family playing the quizzes up and down the country and around the world. It's been absolutely amazing hearing from every one of you, I have to say. And don't forget, like, we do these quizzes twice a week, 4 times a week. We're now going to be doing a specialist quiz every Monday at 8 o'clock. The first one of those being the Marvel, next one of those being the Marvel DC quiz next week. If you've got kids and you want them to play quizzes as well, and 8 o'clock's a little bit late, we've got a kids quiz every Tuesday at 2 p.m. And don't forget that the Big Nerd Pub Quiz itself, the general knowledge quiz, is on every Wednesday and Saturday. We're having two Eurovision rounds this Saturday to celebrate the Eurovision Song Contest, which sadly isn't happening this year. Me and my friends, massive fans of that. And so that's on every Saturday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. If you like the quiz, do share it with your friends. Let them know about it. I absolutely love hearing from everybody. And if you've got any suggestions about how to improve the quiz or make it better, or even any feedback, good or negative, by all means, let me know. Do let me know in all the comments. The best way to get me is on Facebook, but also on Instagram and Twitter. But thank you once again for playing the Big Nerd Pub Quiz Harry Potter special. Big apologies if I couldn't give a shout out tonight. I will try to get back to you at some point and let you know what's coming up in the near future. Thank you very much for playing. My name's been Mark Hughes. This has been the Harry Potter quiz of Big Nerd Pub Quiz. We're back on Wednesday the 13th. And don't forget, the kids quiz is on tomorrow at 2. So if you've got little ones, if you want to entertain them, by all means. Stay safe. Have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you again shortly. Have a very good evening. Good night.